What is up, YouTube? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Today we're going to be talking about how to build an aesthetic physique. And if you've only got 10 seconds, train properly, eat right. So basically this is how I took my body from this over to something like this. So to start, we're going to talk about training correctly. And what exactly does training correctly even mean? Does that mean just finding a good program? Does that mean, just training with intensity? Does that mean going to the gym 6 times a week? So training correctly, in my humblest of opinion, means finding a good program, a good split, something like a push-pull legs or a bro split, which I kind of take inspiration from. Basically, in simple terms, intense workouts with a good exercise selection and a focus on recovery. When you're trying to build an aesthetic physique, you really want to focus on muscle groups like your chest, your shoulders, your abdominals, and your legs and arms. It's about creating that V-taper, and while the V-taper is mostly genetic, you can still create a solid physique. So let's talk about exercises that you can do for each body part. For shoulders, you can do lateral raises, overhead press, and something for your rear delts like a face pull. For your chest, you can do an incline press, you can do flies, and you can do dips. For your abdominals, these are mostly made in the kitchen, which we'll talk about later. You can do stuff like crunches, you can do stuff like planks, you can do stuff like hanging leg raises to really focus on the bottom portion, because me personally, my bottom abs aren't very visible. And then for your legs, you want to focus on both the quads and the hammies. So for your quads, you can do exercises like squats, leg extensions. For your hammies, you can do stuff like RDLs and leg curls. For your arms, you have both the biceps and triceps to focus on. So I recommend stuff like bicep curls, hammer curls, and then for your triceps, I recommend stuff like push downs and a close grip bench press or a JM press. Now, what does training with intensity mean? I feel like a lot of people go into the gym. It's kind of just to say that they went to the gym, okay? I'd say about 1% of the people that go to a commercial gym are actually training properly and with intensity. Obviously, if you go to a powerlifting gym or, a different type of gym, there's gonna be people that train harder. It's gonna be a majority of people that train hard. What I really try to do is focus on training to failure. I do that for basically every single exercise. Some people will say it's overkill, but hey, it's worked for me. Don't knock it till you try it, I always see people like knock on a lot of stuff, and it's like they haven't even tried it. Like, why don't you just try it and see how it works for you? If you don't like it, then do something else. But I really like to focus on training to failure. And for heavier lifts, something like a bench press or a squat, I like to stick to that 5 to 8 rep range with heavier weight. And then for stuff like lateral raises or tricep pushdowns, I like to stick to that 8 to 12 rep range. Now, we need to talk about recovery, because recovery is something that is extremely important if you're trying to build an aesthetic physique. If your muscles don't have time to recover, they're not going to grow, so all your time in the gym is going to waste. I would recommend scheduling 2 to 3 rest days a week for maximum recovery, minimum of 8 hours of sleep. Also, you're not going to recover if you don't have the sufficient nutrients. So now, let's go into the nutrient side of building an aesthetic physique. You want a diet that is focused primarily on protein. At the very minimum, you should be getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This is going to ensure that recover properly and you're not sore, and that you can build muscle. And it is so important that you get your diet down, guys, because it's honestly the most important thing to build an aesthetic physique. You could have a physique chiseled by God himself, but if you are not properly dieting, you're never gonna see it. It's gonna be hiding under fat, okay? So you want to make sure that your diet is clean, and that if you have a lot of fat, you're in a calorie deficit, so you can start to lose some of that fat. I've made other videos on cutting weight. You can check those out as well. But basically, you want to be in a calorie deficit, keep your protein high to keep as much muscle as you can during your cut, and potentially add some cardio in there to really burn extra fat and get shredded faster. So you want to be eating foods like chicken, beef, ground turkey. Protein shakes are a great way to supplement your protein intake as well. If you guys need supplements, you can use my code SEB at Legion Supplements and it'll save you 20%. But that is going to be how you build an aesthetic physique, guys. Training correctly and eating right. I tried to get into the specifics of what exactly that means, and I really hope that this video helped you. I know this video was a bit shorter, but I wanted it to be very straightforward to the point, because now what you can do with this information is you can either go on my channel or someone else's channel and kind of dive into the specifics of everything I talked about. If there's something you don't understand, how to do an overhead press, how to cook a chicken meal, or to just kind of dive deeper. So yeah, I really hope this video helped you guys and you guys got some value out of it. I love you guys, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.